The American West is ablaze. From the towering pines of California to the sagebrush landscapes of Oregon, wildfires are increasing in frequency and ferocity. These aren't just fires, they are mega-fires fueled by climate change and human activity. These infernos consume everything in their path, leaving behind charred landscapes and devastated communities. The air, once filled with the sweet scent of pine, now stings with the acrid smell of smoke, a grim reminder of the new reality we face. The year 2023 was a year of unprecedented fire activity, with over 10 million acres scorched across the United States. Towns like Paradise, California, once vibrant communities, have been reduced to ash and rubble. The cost of these fires is staggering both in terms of economic loss and human suffering. These fires are a stark reminder of the power of nature and the urgent need for action. We can't afford to ignore this crisis any longer. The future of our forests, our communities, and our planet depends on our understanding of wildfires and our commitment to preventing them. It's time to face the flames and chart a new course towards a safer, more fire-resilient future. Wildfires are a natural part of many ecosystems, but the scale and intensity of recent fires are far from normal. So what's fueling these infernos? There are three primary culprits: lightning, human activities, and climate change. Lightning, nature's own fire starter, is responsible for a significant portion of wildfires, particularly in remote areas. A single bolt of lightning can ignite dry vegetation, sparking a conflagration that can spread for miles. However, the vast majority of wildfires are ignited by human actions. Careless acts such as unattended campfires, discarded cigarettes, and even the heat from a car's exhaust can have devastating consequences. In addition, arson, the deliberate setting of fires, remains a persistent problem. But perhaps the most alarming factor is the role of climate change. Rising temperatures, prolonged droughts, and earlier snowmelts create tinderbox conditions, making forests more susceptible to ignition and allowing fires to burn hotter and spread faster. As the planet continues to warm, the risk of catastrophic wildfires will only increase. Wildfires are complex events, and their behavior is influenced by a variety of factors including weather, topography, and fuel. Understanding how these elements interact is crucial for predicting fire behavior and developing effective suppression strategies. Wind is a key driver of wildfire spread. It carries embers, small burning fragments of vegetation, ahead of the main fire, igniting new spot fires and creating a mosaic of flames. Strong winds can turn a small fire into a raging inferno in a matter of hours. The type and amount of vegetation or fuel also play a critical role. Dry grasses and shrubs ignite easily, providing a ready source of fuel for flames. Denser forests, while providing more fuel overall, burn at a slower rate. Topography, the shape and features of the land, can also influence fire behavior. Fires burn faster uphill, as heat rises and preheats fuels above the flames. Canyons and valleys can act as chimneys, funneling winds and intensifying fire behavior. Weather conditions, particularly temperature, humidity, and precipitation, are crucial factors in wildfire behavior. Hot, dry conditions dry out vegetation, making it more flammable. Low humidity allows fires to burn more intensely, and prolonged droughts create tinderbox conditions that are ripe for ignition. The immediate impacts of wildfires are undeniable: charred landscapes, destroyed homes, and displaced families. But the devastation goes far beyond the initial inferno. Wildfires leave lasting scars on the land, communities, and ecosystems. Landslides, erosion, and flash floods become major concerns as burned slopes are left vulnerable to erosion by wind and rain. The loss of vegetation disrupts water cycles, leading to increased runoff and decreased water quality. The economic toll is staggering. Homes and businesses are destroyed, tourism revenues plummet, and the cost of firefighting and recovery efforts can cripple local economies. The 2018 Camp Fire in California, the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in the state's history, caused over $16 billion in damages. The impacts on human health are significant. Smoke inhalation can exacerbate respiratory problems, and the stress of evacuation and loss of property can have long-term mental health consequences. Wildfires also disrupt transportation, communication, and power grids, further impacting daily life. Ecosystems are also profoundly affected. Wildfires can destroy critical habitat, kill wildlife, and alter plant communities. Some species are adapted to fire, but others may struggle to recover. The loss of biodiversity can have cascading effects throughout the food chain. Section 5. Preparing for the Inferno, a survival guide. Living in fire-prone areas requires a shift in mindset. We must learn to coexist with fire, respecting its power and preparing for its inevitable return. The key to surviving a wildfire is to be prepared before the flames arrive. Create and practice a family evacuation plan. Designate a meeting place outside of your neighborhood and establish multiple escape routes from your home. Pack a go bag for each family member, containing essential documents, medications, clothing, and supplies. Stay informed about fire danger levels in your area. Pay attention to weather forecasts and fire weather watches and warnings issued by local authorities. Sign up for emergency alerts and download a Wildfire app to receive real-time updates on your smartphone. Prepare your home for wildfire. Clear vegetation within 100 feet of your house, create defensible space by pruning trees and shrubs, and use fire-resistant materials for landscaping. Install smoke detectors and fire extinguishers and ensure they are in working order. During a wildfire, your safety is paramount. Follow evacuation orders promptly, and do not attempt to outrun a fire. If trapped, seek shelter in a safe location, such as a structure or body of water. Protect yourself from smoke inhalation by wearing a mask or using a damp cloth over your mouth and nose. Section 6. Protecting your oasis home safety tips. Your home should be your sanctuary, especially in the face of a wildfire. While professional help is essential for mitigating major risks, there are several DIY steps you can take to fortify your home against the threat of embers and flames. Start with your roof. Embers can easily ignite dry leaves and pine needles that accumulate in gutters and on roof valleys. Clean your roof regularly, especially during fire season. Consider replacing flammable roofing materials such as wood shakes with fire-resistant options like metal, tile, or asphalt shingles. Vents, eaves, and other openings can provide entry points for embers. Cover vents with fine metal mesh to prevent embers from entering your attic or crawl space. Seal any gaps or cracks in your home's exterior with fire-resistant sealant. Windows are particularly vulnerable to heat and flames. Install dual-paned windows with tempered glass which are more resistant to breaking. Consider using fire-resistant shutters or drapes to further protect your windows. Landscaping plays a crucial role in home ignition. Create a defensible space by clearing vegetation within 30 feet of your home. Choose fire-resistant plants and trees for landscaping, and keep them well-maintained and watered. Section 7. Community collaboration, strength in unity. Wildfires don't respect property lines or community boundaries. Protecting our communities from wildfire requires a collective effort. By working together, we can create more resilient neighborhoods and support each other during times of crisis. Participate in community wildfire preparedness events, such as FireWise USA programs. These programs provide resources and guidance on reducing wildfire risk and fostering community action. Organize neighborhood meetings to discuss wildfire preparedness and evacuation plans, share information, resources, and best practices. Identify vulnerable neighbors who may need assistance during an evacuation. Volunteer your time or donate to organizations that support wildfire victims and communities recovering from fires. The American Red Cross, local food banks, and animal shelters are often in need of volunteers and donations. Support policies and initiatives that promote forest management practices, such as prescribed burns and thinning, to reduce wildfire risk. Contact your elected officials to advocate for increased funding for wildfire prevention and suppression efforts. Section 8. Restoring our forests, a phoenix from the ashes. In the aftermath of a wildfire, the landscape may appear desolate, but beneath the ash and charred trees, the process of renewal has already begun. Forests are remarkably resilient, and with time and careful management, they can recover from even the most severe fires. Natural regeneration, the process of plants and trees growing back from seeds or surviving roots, is often the first sign of recovery. Some tree species, such as lodgepole pine and giant sequoia, are adapted to fire and rely on it to reproduce. Active reforestation efforts, such as planting seedlings and restoring burned areas, can accelerate the recovery process. Careful selection of tree species and planting techniques can help ensure the success of these efforts. Post-fire management practices such as erosion control, stream restoration, and invasive species removal are essential for protecting water quality, preventing erosion, and promoting healthy forest ecosystems. Research plays a critical role in understanding wildfire behavior, developing effective prevention and suppression strategies, and restoring burned landscapes. Supporting scientific research is crucial for creating a more fire-resilient future. Section 9. Conclusion. Our shared responsibility. Wildfires are a force of nature, but we have a role to play in shaping their impact. By understanding the science of wildfire, taking steps to prepare ourselves and our communities, and supporting responsible forest management practices, we can create a safer and more resilient future. This is not just a problem for those who live in fire-prone areas, it's a global issue. Wildfires contribute to climate change, and climate change in turn exacerbates wildfires. We are all connected, and our actions have consequences. The future of our forests, our communities, and our planet depends on our collective action. Let's face this challenge head-on, embrace our shared responsibility and work together to prevent wildfires and protect the places we love. The time to act is now, before the next inferno ignites.